What's up, guys? It's Gothiccornila, and today, people, today we are continuing on our Asagao Academy journey. We are doing a new route, and you guys chose Gerard. I'm asking Gerard. Oh, really? That's so cute. Gerard is such a great guy. I'm sure you'll be happy with him. My. Well, go on. What? Go on and get your man. Wait, you mean no? Yeah. Ma hit me in the back and practically shoved me towards the door. As I began to leave, my legs turned into jelly. Small pink blobs filled my vision. What? Go. Ma was tossing cherry blossom petals over my head. Go get Senpai to notice you. Ma beamed at me. Yeah. No time for talk, Hana. This is going to be your big day. You're really a main character. Unless you messed up really badly, you'll definitely get a good answer. I've messed up a lot, though. Just go. With a final shove, I was out the door. Now, where would I find him? I found Gerard in the secluded section of campus, a large map and notepad sitting out in front of him. He seemed perfectly content. I felt bad interrupting him. Instead, I hovered around him, firmly telling myself that I was not in the least bit procrastinating. After a time, he glanced up, and upon seeing me, set aside his notebook and map.
Hey, Hana.
Hana, what brings you here? I faltered. I couldn't just blurt it out, could I? What are you working on? Well, there's a convention coming up in a week. Rumor is they're supposed to have Princess Pumpernickel, so I made a map and marked the location of every stall that sold IBKs. This is the most efficient route to each one. I whistled, staring at the lines and circles running across his notepad. That's really complicated. It's impressive. It's nothing, really. Just a habit. I nodded, and then to my utter horror, the conversation stalled. I stared at the notepad, trying desperately to appear very, very interested, mind racing to figure out a way to form the words I wanted. The tension was rising. It was getting awkward. I hadn't moved in 45 seconds. Gerard was staring at the ground, no doubt feeling my awkwardness. That was it. I botched it. I stretched upward, staring at the sky. Well, that's all. I'll just be going. Great job, Hana. Way to completely and utterly suck, as usual. I raised a trembling hand to Gerard, who looked up in alarm. Wait, Hana, before you go. I paused. Did you need something? Gerard stared down at his notebook, fingernails rolling down the rungs. Was he nervous? You know the flower festival's coming up. Gerard was blushing, but it seemed his mind was made up. Heat rushed to my face as I waited for what came next. I was thinking that, we could go together, but only if you were interested, you know. Gerard looked at me, eyes wide in alarm. I couldn't help it. I started laughing helplessly. Gerard cast his eyes to the ground again. Oh, yeah, I guess not, huh? No, it's not that. I was going to ask you myself, but I wasn't brave enough. Gerard looked at me questioningly, wind rustling a stray hair on top of his head. And then a slow smile spread across his face.
Really?
Really? If it weren't for you, we'd both end up going to the festival alone. So you'll go with me?
Yeah.
Of course I will. Gerard was beaming now. He clapped his hands together. Awesome. We'll meet at the festival tomorrow then, right? Definitely. With the plan settled, the awkward silence crept back in along our ankles, settling like fog.
Take care.
Well, I'll see you then. Right. I turned so rapidly I stumbled over my own feet. Hana, are you alright? I'm fine. Sorry. Bye. I dashed away, internally screaming, awkward. But still, I had a date with Gerard, and he was the one who asked me. It seemed like my feelings were reciprocated. Wait, were they? I woke up late the next morning, the day of the flower festival. I was buzzing with anticipation, but because of that, it took me forever to wake up. It was almost noon, and I rubbed my eyes as I rose. Hey there, sleepyhead. Good morning. You slept even later than I did. That's impressive, Hana. I sat up in bed, and something on the edge of my desk caught my eye.
Hey.
What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, a letter for you came in the mail this morning, so I just set it... I scrambled out of bed and onto my desk chair, whipping up the letter. Oh, geez, calm down. It's not going anywhere. Turning away from her, I started to read. Little Blossom, how have you been doing these past few weeks? I'm sorry I haven't found the time to write. Your pa's been working hard lately, and I seem to go right to sleep when I get home. I know things were difficult for you here, and I hope that you're having a better time where you are now. It isn't the same without you here. I miss your cheeriness and watching TV with you, and most of all, your pink hair bobbing around the kitchen. Hana, I know you feel bad about the pressure this must be putting on me, but don't. I do this because I love you. There is nothing I want more in this world than your happiness. I miss you, Hana. Be strong. Your Papa. My hands trembled. Tears filled my eyes. I hadn't written to him since arriving in Asagao. As many times a day as he crossed my mind, I'd just been busy with other things. He must be worried sick, and from the sound of things, he was also depressed. I missed my father. I missed my home. I missed helping him. If I wasn't around to cook him breakfast, he almost never ate. He kept saying it was fine, but he was getting older, without Mom there to take care of him. Hana, are you okay? I wiped my eyes on my sleeve. Yeah, I'm fine. I miss my dad. I picked up a pencil and paper and began to write, trying hard to block out the tears. Eventually, Mai turned to her own work and let me be. Dad, I'm doing really great here. This has been the best change of my life. I have a best friend. I might join a club. I even have a date. You sacrificed so much to bring me here. I know I hardly gave you any choice with the way things were going. I was spoiled and ungrateful, but you always did whatever was necessary for me. I miss you so much, but you know this was a huge sacrifice. Please eat well and take care of yourself. Remember, 2 glasses of water in the morning and 1 before bed. And have breakfast. Scrambled eggs are easy to make. Draw a smiley face on them and ketchup, just like I would if I was there. I'll send my love through that, so make sure you do it. Miss you. And tell Mom happy birthday. I walked to the festival area alone, wary of students and strangers passing by with friends and family. It was a little nerve-wracking to go to the festival and meet Gerard rather than walk there with him. I felt silly in my yukata, overdressed even. No one was shooting me weird looks or anything, but the thought of wandering the festival alone and being stood up followed me like a hunting dog. There was a stall on one edge of the festival that sold beautiful silk scarves, apparently all created by the little man behind the booth, and I stood at the corner of it, searching the crowd for Gerard. You okay there, miss? I flushed. It must be more obvious that I was on edge than I thought. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. The old man watched me for a few seconds and I squinted at him. He looked oddly familiar. You know, it took me in the wild to get into the business of scarf making. I never set out to become a weaver. But I wanted to make a great present for a wife on her 20th wedding anniversary. Being a teacher in a poor town, never had enough money to buy her one of the fancy silk scarves she wanted. I decided to make one myself. She showed it off to the entire town, and eventually I lost a side business selling scarves. Isn't that funny? Now I wonder whether it was meant to be. Why are you telling me this? You're a young lady alone at a festival. It's a good omen if I ever heard one. You can never guess what the future holds for you. Believe in yourself and all right, and you'll believe that you're worth something, and something will come. So you... Hana, there you are. Gerard finally appeared, a sheepish look on his face. Sorry I'm late. I hope you didn't wait too long. Not at all. It's rude to keep a lady waiting, you know. The old man glared at Gerard, who flushed. Mr. Satomo, it's nice to see you. I wish I could say the same. Boys these days have no class. And speaking of class, don't forget about the test on Thursday.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Gerard grabbed the tip of my elbow, leaning down to whisper in my ear. Let's get out of here. When we were safe enough distance away, Gerard released me. Mr. Satomo's everywhere. He's a nice old man, but he sure can get on your case sometimes. He was really sweet to me.
Really?
Was he? That's great. Anyways, did you have somewhere in particular you wanted to go? I guess I would like to see the bonfire at some point. Other than that, no.
All right.
Great. Gerard reached into his pocket. He pulled a weathered-looking scroll, which he unrolled with a flourish. You see, realizing this was your first time here, I made a list of all the most rewarded places we should visit. It's so Gerard. Of course, the truth is that they're almost all important, so they're all on here. But they're listed in order of most interesting, so we'll hit the most important areas first. Gerard, that's so kind of you. Already my legs were aching. Gerard laughed. It's no trouble for you, Hana. But again, I'm sorry I was late. This list is the reason. I've been working on it since you asked me. I almost ran out of time to take Mr. Sotomo's last online quiz. That's why he was sassing me.
Really?
Oh, Gerard, you don't have to go through all that for me. I wanted to. It was no trouble at all.
See what I mean?
People are what's most important, and I want to do my best to show you a good time. Gerard? Who was this arbiter of joy and goodwill standing before me? Was I really expected to believe that this was a teenage boy? Not only were his priorities in the right place, but he also had an unwavering sense of self. He was able to withstand the pressure of others without so much breaking a sweat. But he was this nice to everybody, wasn't he? It wasn't just me. I wasn't special in any way. Why should I be? When all I'd ever done to repay Gerard's kindness? Why? And this is a hard sentence to get through. And why should I be? When had I ever done something to repay Gerard's kindness? Instead, I sat there, there's like some kind of log, taking and taking, while he gave his all to ensure my comfort and happiness. I was the worst kind of person.
What's going on?
You okay? You look kind of sad. I snapped back into reality. Gerard and I had kept walking. Now Gerard was pointing at a statue in the middle of the festival. A small woman with a flower-inspired design stood with her hands clasped, gazing happily over the festival's citizens. To her right, and even smaller than her, was an old man whittling wood. He had been leaning against her, a sly smile on his face. It seemed like he would have been whistling. This is beautiful.
Right?
Isn't it? They put it in the middle of the festival every year, but people are so busy trying to stay together and find the right stalls that most walk right past it.
Well,
As you can tell, it's the flower spirit and the man who loved her. They're both here to watch over the town in secret. She's clearly happy everyone's here. That's so sweet. Even after his death, he's still with her. Gerard chuckled. So you believe the myth? Well... Me too. The guys always give me crap about it, but I believe in something like that could happen. What's the harm of believing in a little magic? Gerard winked at me. No, there was no way this was a teenage boy. So for our next stop, Gerard took me to what felt like every stall in the festival. Each place we got to, we stayed only for a few minutes. Time was a-wasting and we had a list to churn through. I ended up learning more about Haginaba than I ever guessed. That elderly nudist society came to the festival to advertise, that there was a lake just off the edge of town, and that there was an entire alley made up of just crane games. We ate taiyaki, fried ice cream, flour ice cream, cotton candy, hot dogs, and funnel cake. We saw jugglers and acrobats, couples dancing in the streets, trees with petals that glowed in the evening. And finally, when I genuinely felt like I was about to die, went to see the bonfire. So how do you like it? Haganaba's a great place, isn't it? Yeah, it's really great. We sat on a log near the edge of the clearing, and I resisted the urge to lay myself flat upon it. My yukata would be a mess, and I couldn't afford to send it to dry cleaning. Did you like it? We didn't make it to everything, but that's okay. I saw you were kind of fading there. I mean, yeah, I can't keep up with you, I think. I don't have that much willpower. But I'm glad we saw all those things. Haganaba's a much more special place than I ever thought. Here, I figured it was just some podunk throwaway town.
You are correct.
A lot of Asagao students think that way. They go straight for the games, the food, hang out for an hour or two, and then go home to sleep. There's all this build-up to go to the festival. Most don't even take advantage of it. How are they going if you don't make the most of it? I'm getting this impression that you're gung-ho about everything you do. Gerard let out a hearty laugh. Apparently that struck a chord. It's just, if you're going to do something, why would you waste time being lazy about it? Either you do it or you don't do it. It doesn't make sense otherwise. But this isn't something unique to me. All the other guys think that way too. That's why we're bonded together so well, I think.
Really?
Really? Somehow I doubted that. PPG fell asleep in class. Jared seemed almost completely insincere in all of his interactions with the general female population. Even Continue seemed more interested in messing around with each other than winning their election. Granted, they were running unopposed, so maybe that made sense. Yeah, I get that reaction a lot. We seem like such a carefree bunch, and we try not to make people sad. We just want to do what we love, you know? Play video games, hang out with people, find something that inspires us, and maybe, if it isn't too much to ask, contribute something to people. I think it's easy to overlook how hard we're all working, but if you knew where to look, you'd see how much they're all fighting. Gerard stared wistfully into the fire. So they were all fighting hard, huh? Good for them. At least they knew something they wanted to fight for. Me, on the other hand, I had no idea. More than that, I wasn't sure I could fight for something, even if I did. The pasture showed me who I truly was, and I didn't like the picture it painted. Lonely, misanthropic, a self-made victim, angry, bitter, resentful, distrustful, shy, unconfident. All these words floated up in front of me, triggered by Gerard's words as if by a magic spell. Compared to these guys, I was totally out of my league. It was a wonder any of them wanted to spend time with me, with the kind of negative, boring person I had become. Before my last year in Amarisu, I was a cheerful girl, relatively outgoing, clever, and now, well, you got that look on your face again. What's up with that?
It's nothing really.
I couldn't just spill all my insecurities on him, especially not now. That would put a huge damper on our date. But as I tried to wave it off, Gerard grew only more determined.
What's going on?
Tell me. I'm sure there's something. If I can help in any way, I want to. Should I risk it? I'm gonna tell him. Well, this is going to sound really stupid and insecure, and it's a total downer, but I'm really sorry about that. Gerard took my hand in his, searching my face. Don't even worry about it. Hit me. So good. He was so good. How could one person be so nice? How on earth did I find myself on a date with such a nice person?
It's just that I feel like, compared to you, I'm so not worth it. Kind of. I know this sounds silly. I just think I've done so many stupid things in the past, and I used to be a better person if you saw all those things.
There's no way to change how I feel about you.
How you feel about me?
I mean, you know, caring about you. Unless you killed someone. A puppy. Both of those would be totally unacceptable.
But Gerard.
Did you kill someone?
Well, no.
Have you harmed a baby doggy?
No.
Then you're quite alright in my book. Seriously, don't even worry your silly little head about it. I'm not worried about who you were in the past. I'm worried about who you are right now. And the Hana in front of me is definitely someone worth caring about.
Gerard.
Gerard chuckled. Anyways, I think it's time we head back. You seem a little tired.
But
I didn't want to end the night on that note. No need to push yourself on my account. We can always hang out more next week, right?
Right, we can.
Gerard stood up and helped me off my ever so comfy log. By this time we walked back through campus together and I was totally at ease. Gerard's bright personality had a way of lighting up even the darkest of corners. It didn't take long until we were in front of my dorm saying goodbye.
Thank you so much for asking me to the festival.
Thanks.
Thank you for asking me. Well, almost.
Then I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait. He glanced away, a light brush on his cheek. Then with a firm nod, he dug into his pocket. There was something I wanted to give you. When I saw it, it just reminded me of you, so... Sheepishly, he pulled an IBK out of his pocket. Oh my god, it's so cute. I'm sorry. I'm giggling a little. It was bright pink, the same shade of color as my hair, staring happily at me as if holding onto some secret all its own.
Gerard.
Gerard put an arm around my shoulders. Do you like her? She's called Chibi Upa. I don't know if you're interested in IBKs, but every time I looked at her, I saw you, so... Figured even if you didn't like IBKs, you'd like this one.
Gerard, it's adorable.
That's great. I'm so glad you think so.
I'll keep it right beside my bedside so it'll be the first thing I see every morning and the last thing I see every night. I love it.
Hannah, you're so freaking cute. That makes me really happy. Maybe I'll make an IBK collector out of you yet. Anyways, you should get inside. I don't want you waking up all tired tomorrow.
Okay, thanks, Gerard.
Bye.
Good night.
See you later. See you tomorrow.
I shut the door behind me, heart soaring. Gerard was such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. I crossed the room and placed Chibi Upa on the edge of my desk lamp right next to my bed.
Welcome to your new home. I hope you like it here.
I giggled to myself and then lay in bed with a contented sigh. I really felt like I could be happy with Gerard, and the thought both thrilled and terrified me. Yay! Oh, so happy. And that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, please leave a like, comment down below. We will continue on the Gerard route on Thursday. I love your faces. Bye!